Once again, welcome to Blaine's Escape Corner. I'm Blaine, your host of this little corner of the internet where we get together, we talk about the things that help us escape. Some good, some bad, some mess, some middling. But today we are going back to our more traditional Wednesday episodes. They will be abbreviated. We've got our hard cap on 8 o'clock once again. Let's get some sake poured here. You guys actually hit thumbs button? Yeah, thumbs button means something, I'm sure. I'm sure the thumbs button is important. All right. Kanpai, everyone. All right. Let's talk about, wireless mouse. This is it's a whole new world. So if you see some weirdo mouse movements that you're like, I knew Blaine was a boomer, but this is a bit weird. It's a weird feeling. The Basilisk has like a little like deck for your thumb to sit on. I'm not used to it yet. Very, very strange. You're here. Was bitching about the delivery truck. What delivery truck? Bitch more about it. It's all right. We're here. Little catharsis never hurt nobody. Crowbar or a bolt cutter helps me escape most of the time. It's a lot quicker than trying some picks, isn't it? Blaine's about to explain why he likes Chainsaw Man now. I won't be doing that, but we can talk about Chainsaw Man. We can discuss it. I'm so done with it. I'm so done. Okay, anime update. I didn't watch any anime. Oh, I did not, I don't have time for anime. I was very, very busy with all of my, Japan pre-quarantine information filling and all that. Making sure that everything's all set and, ready to go for that trip. So that trip is coming up. So for everybody's calendars, I know you're trying to mark your calendars for like, when's Blade gonna not be streaming so that I can figure out what else I'm gonna do at 7 o'clock Pacific time every night. What am I gonna do again? I know we were all worried, so you now have the dates from my last stream this month is going to be on the 11th. All right, that Friday the 11th will be my final stream of November. And I will not be streaming again until December 5th. And then, once we hit that week, I think I'm then gone. After that week, I may get 2 weeks in a row and then have another 2 weeks off. And then we'd be back again into January when we'll have, hopefully, an updated schedule for streaming. Since I will be running the food trailer at that time, assuming everything gets approved, we'll be doing that. So we've got this week, we got next week, then we've got 3 weeks off, and then we're back on December 5th, probably 5th through the 16th. I haven't quite figured it out yet. And then picking back up in the new year with a new schedule based on whatever our schedule is for the trailer. For anybody thinking, he's gonna be gone, let's dox him and steal stuff from his house, don't worry, my doorbell reloads and my house sitter knows how to use it. So they are very familiar with the bottom of my lake, so I would not recommend that. All right. Although I don't think I've got any sensitive information out there just yet. Why do I feel freaking short? I'm in the wrong chair, aren't I? I'm in the purple chair. That's the problem. Get out of here, purple chair. Back your blue chair. There we go. Now we're on it. Wait, I'm not a waifu? You got that right. We're here to judge, lest ye be judged. So we judge me as much as I judge others. Them's the rules, right? Since I judge, you can all judge me as well. You're actually pretty good at using lockpicks. I also enjoy getting into locks in a non-destructive way. It is a very fun pastime, and you inherit enough random toolboxes, you get enough random locks, you can have a lot to practice with, that's for sure. More time on your audiobooks? Hey, you know what? Pick up Musashi's Book of the Five Rings. It'll be good for your life overall, I think. Welcome, Pop. Welcome. You just reminded me I need to buy candy for the 11th. It's when the kids here beg for it. Different culture? I don't know. I don't know what that is. No stream, what will you do now? I don't know what you're going to do now. Maybe rewatch old streams. I am going to try to make a habit of filming at least one little short every day. Since we're going to be in Japan and it's post-COVID and we're some of the first tourists who have come into the country since this whole changeover from letting anyone come in without any of the crappy visa tourist crap. So it's a pretty exciting time. So I'm going to hopefully make a few shorts throughout the day. Nothing that gets too in the way of any of the other people that I'm traveling with, so that we can make sure we're still having fun on a vacation. But I will be putting out some amount of content. But we'll say it goes. Oh boy, gives Blaine time to like Chainsaw Man. Yes, all these weeks will be me just contemplating in the mountains. Was it any good? Was that worth my time? Could I have just watched Reincarnated as a Sword instead? Why would you go to my awful state to borrow my property? I like my property. I like my property quite a bit. Although I will, I guess the things that are important to me are not super valuable, and the things that are valuable are insured. So, probably okay at the end of that one. You'll see a Makima pillow and Eye Patch Girl plushie in the background. I might pick up some Chainsaw Man stuff just to mess with people, because it's gonna be everywhere and it'll probably be cheap, just like that IP. But we'll get it off that. The waifu list with people younger than 18 is wrong. 16 is the age in most states. 18 is the agreed upon age. I would agree that anybody who is outside of, what is it? Half your age plus 7? Someone remind me, what's the math? What's the math where it's like an acceptable age gap between two people? It's like, we used to talk about this in like high school. It's like half your age plus 7 or something like that. You're in LOM, that is all. You gotta remember, you have viewers that are under 18. You can have other people that can look at someone and be like, oh yeah, they're for me. Can't be that. Oh, Twitter pilled, exactly. You can't be that old, Brandon. You can't be that old. Check in on Discord at least. I will. I'll be available on Twitter, Discord, all my normal DMs. I'll probably still post some stuff to I'll probably post every meal I eat to the locals. And then a few of those like the Instagram. So I still I have internet. Like, I'll have internet everywhere I go because I do the little Wi-Fi router. So we'll be in contact. But like I said, it won't be a consistent stream every night because I will be streaming alcohol into my mouth most nights. So it will not be there. I'm gonna scare more Japanese people post COVID. I might. Yor and Lum are the waifus of fall for sure. They are fantastic. I know that Yor is in the motherly role, but are we allowed to call Yor a MILF waifu when she hasn't given birth? Is giving birth a necessity in that label? I don't know because not everybody who has the shape and the qualities of a mommy has a kid. But do we for the sanctity of the list, do we make that a rule? Alrighty. Oh, good to see you. Mrs. Buttersworth isn't on my top waifu list. Something isn't right with you. Oh man. If your Mrs. Buttersworth wasn't a glass bottle, then I don't know if I can respect your opinion on women. We call it Saint Martin. Kids come by and sing to get candy while holding a lantern. You actually do not know the background on the tradition. Well, let's do some learning. Saint Martin candy holiday. You need to watch episode 4, but you watch Reincarnated instead. It is so darn good. Teacher is amazing. Yes, Sensei is fantastic. That's a German thing. All right, here we go. Anya and Fran are not waifus, not until they are at the age, period. Anya and Fran, not waifus. I would agree with that. That is a true statement. You don't give a flying F. 18 is legal. Below that is a no-go. Yeah, it's a good episode of our goblin slaying cat girl today. I haven't caught up on it. I was busy. I was busy because people were like, "No, it gets better. I promise. Oh, you get a little bit longer. Your character development." Stupid ass manga. That's right. You going to Land of the Rising Sun? That is so damn cool. Yes, it will be my 8th trip. I think 7th or 8th trip. So I'm very excited to see the difference that the country has gone through now and see what we can do moving forward there. Demon waifu for you is Power and Vermeil. They are demons. They would be on a waifu list. Those are 2 true statements. 2 out of 2 YouTube old men on the stream hate Chainsaw Man. Weird how that works. Oh, Brandon, you should have pulled channel 66 for the Chainsaw Man episodes, I guess. We'll have to bring him in to have him say, I'm so happy that they made the manga and an anime. And I'll be like, yay, congratulations. Good job, 66. You did it. But he'll say it in that voice where it's like, I just can't believe they made it 1-to-1 with the manga. I mean, that's amazing. And you'll be like, wow, I don't really agree with what he's saying, but the way he says it is so wonderful. I can't help but listen. That's what we'll do with 66. You need to be a birthing person to be a MILF. Yes. Yeah. That part, at least, I will put my foot down on. You cannot be in the MILF waifu category if you've got an elephant. Only ovaries on the MILF waifu list. Yora's not 30 plus, so she's not a MILF yet. I don't know if 30 is the number. I don't think that, like, I had friends at like 22, 23 that were having their first kids. What if the character is 15 in season 1 and 19 in season 14, but they use the model from season 1, but technically she would be 19 drinking ruse? Using that good old, that's what the Oklahoma math is for, identifying when it's okay to lewd the lolly. Oh, I love it. Yor is a MILF adoption mother, a MILF. It's a Dutch thing, not German. I think it's more than that. Like, there's this whole list of countries that celebrate it, actually. But we'll dive into that here in a second. Watching Chainsaw Man episode 4 now. Episode 4 stretches out a fight that I didn't think the anime would stretch out. Makes it look pretty good. But it's like, wow, I remember this being a couple flips of a manga, or a couple scrolls in the modern era. That should be the min age for true real MILF. Women in their 20s, even when they have had kids, don't hit the same level of MILFs when they're in their 30s. Huh. Blaine just can't read manga. I have shared many manga that I enjoy and that I have enjoyed. You can't tell me I can't read manga when I read manga and like manga. Just because I like some manga and dislike other manga doesn't mean I can't read manga. It just means that I have higher standards than you. That's all. It's okay. You can be happy. I'm just upset that people continue to tell me, no, it gets better. No, it's better. No, it's going to get better. I've been get better. No, you got to keep reading. Just tell me when I start it and I'm like, hey, I don't really like this. I don't like where it's going. I don't like this idea. This is kind of hard to look at. And all the action scenes are like disjointed. They're like they don't really make sense. When I say that and you've read it and you know that in chapter 80, the same shit is still the problem with I was on chapter 90 and my wife walked in and she's like, what is that? And I was like, oh, this is Chainsaw Man. She's like promo sketches? Like idea work? And I was like, no, this is the manga. And she's like, oh. So you guys can all fuck right off with your like, oh, I have a third party intervener who has arrived to say, it looks sketchy as fuck. Eminence and Shadow isn't 1-to-1. They left out some lines, and especially at the end of today's episode, for sure. You made a short with Futoku no Guild. You changed your mind. It was so bad yet so funny, but I feel it would have stirred the wrong pot. Gotcha. Manga is hard to read. It's all backwards and switched up black. Imagine being old man YouTuber. You'd be disliking Chainsaw Man. Couldn't be me. Yeah, you're a Zoomer tuber. Little Zoomy tubey. 30 plus. Didn't know Brand was into guilds. Oh man. Looks like Blaine didn't like the arc we were waiting on. Why? I thought you were an incel. No, I'm a anti-cell. I would say honestly. 3 out of 3 old YouTube people dislike Chainsaw Man. Wait, who's the third? Are you just throwing pop culture into the bucket? Higher standards points to Itty Kitty and Isekais. Sure, buddy. I clearly state that Itoki is awful. You can still enjoy things that are really well done and understand other things that are poorly done. Something like, have you guys never watched a grade B horror movie? Here's what you all don't understand. Something that's awful can be really fun. Really interesting to see how messed up the whole thing ends up, right? How poorly they did it. Grade B horror, classic examples, right? We have an entire series, right? Mr. Science 3000 that takes bad horror movies and laughs at them because bad movies are funny. The Room. Everybody loves The Room, but nobody really likes The Room. The Room is objectively a bad movie, but we all love to enjoy and laugh at it. Or you can be great. Anything in between garbage and greatness is boring. And Chainsaw Man is boring. You think there's more than a third party who have read Chainsaw Man? I threatened to withhold virtual waifu's socks for the story. It's true. It's true. She's at my control at all times. You'll be the other third if need be. CSM is meh. Meh. If you like Itoki, you should watch it at half speed to make it last longer. No, because that would ruin the pacing of Itoki. No, I'm gonna take Itoki and I'm gonna cut out all of the scenes that don't involve the uncle, and just make an uncle cut. It'll just be uncles only, and that'll be the best cut of Itoki that we ever see. Oh, that'd be funny. The Room isn't enjoyable, honestly. It's not. It's a struggle to get through unless you're doing a drinking game with it. Then it's a lot more fun to get through. Hot take, you're not a fan of One Piece anime. That's okay. Is it the Gumby-like animation? Is it the kitty style faces. Like there's plenty of things to not like about One Piece, just in the visual department. In a story department, I think a lot of people going into One Piece would have issues like having seen so much stuff that One Piece has inspired. They're like, oh, I kind of get this story, but they've seen the inspirations. And sometimes going back to the original source can be a little less exciting when you've already seen like something that inspired it, right? Vice versa happens as well. So there's plenty of reasons not to like One Piece. You could not like it because you're like, I'm not gonna anything that takes 1,000 chapters ain't worth the squeeze. Like that could be your reason. That's fine. Not laughing at it either. Outside of a few bits, very boring. Monos, The Hands of Fate, is such a awful, awful movie. How did the first time I saw Monos, The Hands of Fate? Is it does Mystery Science Theater 3000 have a MST 3K Monos The Hands of Fate? Okay, yeah. So there's an MST3K. So for those who don't know, Mystery Science Theater, it's these robots and this guy that like watch movies and make fun of them. And so they are like down here on the screen, and it's like a silhouette of them, like they're in a theater watching the movie, and you're watching from behind them. They're making jokes the entire time. So I saw Monos the Hands of Fate as MST3K because I saw like a cut, because they cut it up a bunch to make it work in their show. And I was like, we were at a party or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they were like, oh, we should watch a bad movie. And I was like, oh, perfect. We can watch Monos the Hands of Fate. And we got the actual Monos the Hands of Fate, not the MST3K, because we wanted to make fun of it the whole time. It's so much worse. It's so much worse. They cut out so much dead air from Monos the Hands of Fate for the MST3K version of it. It's amazingly bad. Amazingly bad. I love it. I should get a cloak that has just big hands on it. That's the funniest part of that whole thing. You watched The Bastard Son and the Devil Himself, a live action series on Netflix. You found the story good and a fun idea, but the music made it a horror to watch. It wasn't good music. The Uncle Cut, directed by Zack Snyder. Yeah. Blaine just doesn't appreciate slow burns. Do I not? Hold on. Slow burn. Is there... I don't know. Label some slow burns, because I think of things where I'm like, yeah, it took a while to get to like the main, like something like Full Metal Alchemist, right? It takes a while to get to like the main purpose, but along the way, there's fun excitement as you go that you care about. Throw your favorite slow burns in chat. One Piece suffers from Naruto syndrome. Ooh, that's harsh. Maybe why you don't like Andor. One Piece and Detective Conan is way too long. At least Detective Conan, like they're all sort of like quick, easy, like, hey, we solved the mystery, and they move on. Whereas like anytime I watch a few episodes of One Piece, that someone's like, oh, I really like this arc, and it's like, you can't just quickly watch an arc usually. Is Long Man bad? No, Long's not bad. There's plenty of long stuff that's good. There's a lot of long stuff that's overrated though. And there's a lot of stuff that's long that could be short, right? Like the original of like Logan's Run. That movie's way too long. Way too long. Dragon Ball Z is not long enough. Oh no, not enough dragon for you, Dragon Rooms. Started on Comedy Channel and they moved to Sci-Fi. MST3K was a damn good show, but now it is hollow. Yeah. The problem is there's only so many of those movies that are actually worth making fun of, and at some point you really you run out of stuff. You run out of things to say, just like I did just now. Looked up highest rated series on Manga Dex. Chainsaw Man is 116th. Feels pretty fair. Honor 16th, yeah. Sure. I mean, there's clearly a lot of people that like it. 3210. I don't know if I could accurately judging something as being slow, getting into its story. Yeah, because the problem that I have with that is the story is what's being told. Now, there may be a main plot or a big bad that you don't know about until later in the story that it gets revealed that like, oh, this is the big bad and we have to move towards this. But the things along the way are still part of the story and they should still be occurring and they should still be enticing enough for you to care and follow along. We're at -1. Oh, T-2 somewhere. Uncle from Another World is a slow burn. You enjoy the crap out of it. Slow burn or non-confrontational, because there's a lot of series out there that just don't have any real conflict, like physical or too directly emotional, that can get by without really pointing out too much conflict as they go. You got your classic slice of lifes, K-On, Lucky Star, that kind of thing, where there's not really a conflict at the end of the day with a lot of those. It's a lot of just like people getting to know each other and then occasionally having to overcome the hurdle of being two individuals. And I like shows like that. Those are fun. One Piece is great. See, right there. We got someone who loves One Piece. Steins Gate was a slow burn. Ooh, Steins Gate. Was it? I guess those first episodes. It is kind of hard to think about too much that happens. Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. One Piece has big titty woman, so naturally it must be great. Or unnaturally, it must be great, however that may be conceived. A lot of slow stories use their time well. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. Slower the anime, the longer it will last, I think. Oh man. All right. Let's learn a little bit about Saint Martin for some reason, because I can. St. Martin's Day, also called the Feast of St. Martin, or Martinstag, or Martinmas, or Old Halloween, or Old Hallowmas Eve. This is basically, this is the festival from Nightmare Before Christmas, apparently. All right, you're out. You're gonna hang with your wife for a while. Take care. Check in Friday for Urusei Yatsura Fridays. We will see what you think then. Have a good one, Brandon. Customs. So generic customs are a big old feast and celebration, grapes and local wine. And then you said Dutch. Was it? Was that what? Where's Kitty Bear from? Deutsch. It's a Dutch thing, not German. Dutch is weird because isn't Germany call themselves Deutschland, like land of the Dutch? Isn't that a? Here's Germany. Traditional sweets. Widespread custom in Germany is bonfires and a procession of children carrying paper lanterns. We don't talk about West Germany. Denmark, Austria, they don't seem to. Does anybody have candy? Candy. Okay, yeah. So in some countries, Martinmas celebrations, bonfires are built, and children carry lanterns in the streets after dark, singing songs for which they are rewarded with candy. Germany, house to house with their lanterns, sing songs, and get candy in return. Netherlands today, here we go. In the Netherlands, where he's known as Sint Maarten. As soon as it gets dark, children from the ages of 5 to 12 primary school go door to door, mostly under parental supervision, with handcrafted lanterns made out of hollowed out sugar beet, or more recently, paper, singing songs such as Sint Maarten. Why are we singing this? To receive candy. So they sing for candy in both Netherlands and in Germany. Can't believe I'd leave you for your wife. Douche is old high German for of the people. I know very little German. Most of it alcohol related. That's sort of my language grasp of most people groups. And even that, I can't even tell you for certain if I know any of it, because most of it was some other guy in college who was like, this is what you do in Germany. This is what you say in Germany. I did have a friend who lived in Germany for a while, and I had a cousin who lived in Germany for a while, so I kind of trust what they said, but we'll see. You think JoJo's Bizarre Adventure should be renamed to Ho-Ho's Bizarre Adventure? Like the Pokemon? Oh no, it's Ho-Oh, isn't it? I forget. Oh, Steins Gate was a slow burn. Really? That's two slow burners on Steins Gate. I wonder if my memory of Steins Gate is tainted by Anitubers who like compress it into just a real short, funny thing. Ooh, but Monster is a slow burn in the same way that some older horror movies are a slow burn. Like it's a slow burn in the same way that um The Shining is a slow burn. It's a slow burn in the same way that Once Upon a Time in the Old West is a slow burn. Like it has very long cinematic sort of sequences with like little heartbeats of like, ooh, something's coming. Oh, and it keeps letting you know there's this little beep, there's this little choo, boo, boo, as it like gets closer and closer to the crescendoing event. It is a yes, that I would call Monster a slow burn. I can get behind that. I also love that one. So in your face, fan site, I like a slow burn. Monster is so good. You'll never forgive the Italians. This geezer can't even remember a Gen 2 legendary Pokemon. Dude, if it ain't Zapdos or Articuno, I don't know what to say. Oh, you left out the E's because YouTube blocks the word. I get you. I get you. You don't want to be spoiled on Monster? Hopefully that didn't spoil you. Hopefully that just gave you an idea of like how the how you feel. Ah, it's so good. Hopefully I didn't spoil it on The Shining or Once Upon a Time in Mexico either. One out of little thousands of anime. Good job, champ. Attaboy, champ. Hey, I feel good. All I need is one to disprove it. We won't spoil don't spoil Monster. It's such a good show. Don't spoil it. Moltres? Yeah, I didn't have a Moltres. I only had an Articuno and a Zapdos card. Moltres. Reminding me of everything. Everything I didn't have as a child. Everything I wanted when my gambling addiction first began. With Pokemon cards. Hoping for those shinies. You could totally spoil it. Please, please don't. It's so good. You gotta let people get into that. And okay, hold on, Serranos, plug your ears for like 5 seconds here, Serranos. Not only is it a slow burn, I've also seen that storyline before. That's a very classic trope. I've seen it 1,000 times before I watched it in anime form, and I still liked it. Take that. Take that. You're playing Gundam? All right, well, I've removed the spoiler Gundam. Who's the rudest man on Earth calling women bad words and still gets a smile from them? Andrew Tate, maybe? Monster the job finding. Yes, it's all about finding jobs in Japan. That's the whole series is about. All right, let's pull up the let's let's get to the meat of the show here, shall we? Santa Claus. Ho ho ho. Got it. Do I add the E to that one too? You never use Monster to find a job? Yeah, me neither. I think Indeed would have been the place I would have gone by the time I was actually looking for jobs. But most of the time it's just like, oh, I want to work there, and I just like email around until I find some contacts. Used Indeed, yeah. Indeed's pretty good. Does the job pretty well. All right, let's make it a bigger. All right, we got our top female characters list for the fall 2022 season. Top in the charts, we've got Your Forger. Now, can you blame anyone? Santa gets mad bitches, don't tell Mrs. Claus. Calls chicks hoes and bees and they faint. Yeah, everybody wants that Jotaro. Can you blame anyone for voting for Your Forger? All right, we'll slap a spoiler Gundam in the corner here. In this second core, we've had her use her awesome assassin skills to go help save Anya. We've had her feel bad about the fact that she's not great at cooking and try to improve herself in that area. Like we're seeing so much good from Yor as a person, as a character, using her skills that she has, merging them with skills that she wants. If she wasn't top, they'd have to be a heck of a female character, that's for sure. You blame everyone. I blame everyone. Who's the worst role model for kids? Cavils. Oh, Dio. Dio's pretty bad role model. You'd wife Yor if she could cook. It might be possible for to dull her assassin instincts from being present in every aspect of her life. Number two, we have Soletta Mercury. Now, as much as I love Gundam, as much as this Gundam is doing everything pretty good, why is she number 2? Oh, she, like, is this the, she's nervous around other people just like me. Are we getting a glimpse behind the scenes of the voters of the Annie-Trends website? Is this giving us a little insight to who's voting in these polls? Oh man, Polly's worse than Keffels, don't ever cross their path. Uh-oh. You even wrote there. The twin brother from Monster. John Money. Keep your twin boys away from him. Is the worst role model. Blaine thinks everyone only votes for characters like themselves. Did you vote for Soletta Mercury? Did you? Or have you been telling me this entire time I love Power, who is a literal zoomer? Doesn't want to eat her vegetables. Doesn't want to flush her toilet. Doesn't want to take a shot. Blah, blah, blah. Free spirit. Blah, blah, blah. You love the zoomer, waifu. Tell me I'm wrong. Santa Claus, he teaches it's okay to enter places where you legally aren't allowed and go and take stuff as long as you leave a present. Arnie Hammer as a pretty bad role model. Number 3, we've got Makima from Chainsaw Man. The Woof Woofs could not get their whole pack together in order to push her even higher, so they got stalled out at 3. Here's a little limelight. Again, we've got Soletta, has trouble talking to people. Tori Goto from Bocchi the Rock has trouble talking with people. Tries to use her, like, skills to make friends. Ooh, I am excited for this. Hold on, get out of the way, Gundam. Handyman in another world is gonna be so much fun. I've seen a couple manga panels from it. It's actually pretty silly. Power has development. We can talk about her development, and I know exactly why you think she's the waifu. So, oh, I get your reasoning, Kitty Bear, but anyone that tells kids to drink Shine is worse. That is true. That is true. I'm too horny. Wait, why am I too horny? Control yourself and stop making my wife's socks stiff. Okay. I don't use any starch in the laundry. Sorry. We don't do that around here. Anya Forger. Has she, like, obviously she has like her entire episode. Those 70s chapters is why I love Power. Michael should be horny. He needs a wife. Funny. Anya Forger. I mean, she doesn't seem like she's grown much. All she's done is learn that like she has this dog friend now that she can utilize. So I don't see why she'd be this far up on any, even just from like the female perspective. I don't see Anya's character as having really fleshed much out, especially if we're going by week 1 standards, right? I'm immune to horny when I want to be. That's not true. You have a worse comparison with Send, but saying that will get me kicked off YouTube and net permanently with Senta. Ah, starch. That's what you call your baby batter. Doesn't everybody? Isn't that what you starch in the blankets? Isn't that what you say? Isn't that the phrase? Number 6, we got Rukia. I had a little Twitter back and forth because I was surprised that Rukia was on here. And this tells me that the people watching Bleach are people that already know all about Bleach. They're not getting new fans. Because if you had someone who hadn't seen any of Bleach and watched the new Bleach, they would not be picking Rukia as their like go-to. She's had like 2 scenes. So like we can almost guarantee that the reason Rukia is here is because of the impression she left on the last 364 some odd episodes, 361 episodes. But yeah, there is a contingent. This makes me happy because this is what I always loved about the anime community was like everybody can be hilarious about whatever they like. But when you get to the real waifu wars, like people who care enough to like tie her name around their forehead and charge into a dodgeball game. Like that's when you hit a level where you're like, all right, this is fandom. This is reclaiming the seriousness of a child at play. We are really maturing as anime fans here. And to see them come back with so much power to put Rukia above Power in the standings, whoo! That makes me happy. That makes me excited for the future of anime. I know we can bring back the old ways. Me and the boys voting for Rukia only. Yep. Me back. Hopefully I didn't miss too much. And Rukia should be number 2. Had to scroll back who was top 3. Rukia has a lot of prior establishment among the community in many regards. Exactly. Renji's woman made the list. It's the shippers. Woo! Power! Woo! If she had seen 3 scenes, she would have been number 1. 6, 7, and 8 are the real 1, 2, and 3. 6, 7, and 8, the real 1, 2, and 3. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. I'll argue with the order, but Renji can jump off a cliff. Don't hate the Dragon Boy. It was like a dinosaur. What would you call that thing? Snake boy? I forget what it's supposed to be. We have Power, of course, which in the anime not much has happened yet other than being introduced to her. So I feel like Power and Makima both are being powered by the manga fans. Lum here deserves to be much higher, but you know what? It's okay. Some of the new blood, she's on high dive. I get it. I get it. Akari Watanabe. 9 needs to kill itself. 9 is based. This is what I love about anime. This is what I love about this fandom. Just people who have like such diametrically opposing opinions about things. But we both get good shit. Like you can't, like, you may argue with like you don't like the story, you don't like the way the characters are portrayed, you don't like any of this stuff, right? Like I do with Chainsaw Man. But you can't argue with the competency, I can't even speak, with which they're executed, right? Like, More Than a Married Couple, but Not Lovers, is a well-crafted anime. It follows some tropes, it changes some tropes, and it moves forward, right? It physically looks good. The sound work is pretty good. I like some of the pattern work they use. And I can tell that based on the story, there's a lot of people that probably won't like it. And that's okay. It's that's what I love about it. Mike, don't be mad. Ranji's clapping princess cheeks, and you're over here building waifu kits. Oh, fucking killed him. Oh, can we send a wellness check to Mike? Oh, Kari gonna have more development than Power in half the time. Yeah, but it won't be the development that Michael's looking for, if you know what I mean. Although, I will say, the ending credits, Akari has like the cat ears thing going on. She's like a full-on Neko. Oh, wait, no, Mike doesn't like cat girls. Never mind. Sorry, Mike, I can't do it. I can't help you with Akari. Makima is only being powered by the anime fans. Do not slander us. You gotta add the people that also only read like 3 chapters of the manga or like 4 chapters of the manga. Like Pixelation, he's a woofer, right? He woofs and claims to have read some amount of the manga. How much of the manga? I don't know. But I've encountered people who have read some amount of manga, but not the whole thing, I would assume. But, you know, there's people that like baddies. Like, even the Queen Serenity? What's the... No, that would be Sailor Moon. What was, like, the evil queen from Sailor Moon? Oh, now I gotta look this up. Sailor Moon, evil lady. Wicked Lady? No, not that one. Not Black Lady. Not Black Moon. Queen Beryl. Thank you very much, Pop Culture. I love that you got that before Fansite. Yes, Queen Beryl. Like, Queen Beryl bad. She also kind of bad, if you know what I mean. The old weebs would have Lum up in top 3. Yeah, they would. But we don't vote on these stupid-ass polls anymore. Well crafted. Okay, old man otaku. It's true. It's true. You're not a Catgirl fan either? What? Alex Moore, are you just Mike's alt? Are you just an alt account that Mike uses and pretends to be from the Bible Belt? Dog Girl's better than Cat Girls. You want Sloppy Toppy, not Sandpaper Toppy. I guess. Are you sure they don't have human tongues, though? Most of them look like they have human tongues. And you don't care for Sailor Moon? That's fine. You don't have to. You like cat girls and real cats, too, but I hate my cat. The bastard is stealing my blanket all the time. Go ahead. Blame the phone for sure. Fran, reincarnated as a sword, top 10. Of course, she's going through a bunch of development. I'll be interested to see when we hit the next sort of like wall obstacle, how she actually copes with it. How does the story handle it? I want to see her lose to something. Like so far, she's only really fought these little goblins, so there hasn't really been too much that's been too crazy. And when she fought a bunch of goblins, sure, she got hurt, but like it was just a bunch of goblins. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to see episodes 4 and 5, so I can see if she gets some amount of failure. Because I think that's important to most characters. Cat Girls is best girl. What about Dragon Girls? There's a Dragon Girl in Beast Tamer this season, so wouldn't that be your best girl? Sorry, Dragon Girls, don't mean to like call you a liar. I just want to make sure you've thought this through before you go throwing out such statements on the internet. If cat girls don't have cat tongues and they deserve a bullet, why? Why so violent? Let them live. Hashtag let the cat girls live. Shampoo and Ranma turns into a literal cat in cold water. That's true. You like the Dragon Girl? I like the Dragon Girl. She's a fighter. Orihime didn't make the top 10. This hurts only because they kept her design so similar to the original. I was hoping she'd move up farther. I forgot. I forgot that My Hero Academia was airing this season. Wow. Dragon Girls are good. Ranma was so much fun. It indeed was. Agreed, Commissar Michael. Don't turn around. Uh-oh. The commissar's in town. Oh. There's a joke for Pop and Fansite. We'll see if anybody else is old enough. Eminence in Shadow. I'm surprised people remembered. This is why we only have Alpha down here at 13, is everyone was like, wait a minute, who was who? Although, can we agree that Delta so far is the actual like best girl in Eminence in Shadow? Are we on that level yet? She was busy opening her bread shop. Release the bakery! Let that cake out! Orihime is great, not Rukia though. True. Again, though, I'd point you. I feel like Orihime has had more scenes, but power of the old fans. They are strong. The Dragon Girl is a trope girl. Redheads are steaming hot. She throws fireballs and breathes fire. Nice. You remember the Commissar song? He didn't butcher it this time. There's only a couple songs I've butchered. You're never gonna let me leave that down, are you, Fansite? Myorine. I feel like Myorine. I don't know. All we know is she doesn't want to do what she wants to do. But like, I feel like she has a lot more agency in the series than Mercury does. The Shadow Girl in Assignment is hot, but not on the anime yet. Oh, there's better. I just like the fangirl. I like the way Delta is like writing down everything that happens. I think that makes me laugh more. You don't know Ranma, but you don't be Rama. Sinai's Bread. You love your 80s? Of course you know that song. I think we had it on it was the Monsters 80s album. Monster 80s album. Had all the like Kaja Gugu, Duran. It had all the good ones. We just did that one. Dual Trick, Eileen Lauren from I Am the Villainess. So I'm taming the final boss. Huh. I wonder if not a lot of people are watching that one, because I feel like she is kind of a fun character. Because at first you're watching, you're like, oh, this is like the classic, like, oh, it's just the villainous one. We've seen this trope alternation where now they're the villain before, but I feel like it's being pulled off pretty well. Interesting. You returned if Dragon Girl after watching first episode of I maxed out my level just by killing slime. Time I will never get back. Oh. Yeah. The slime show felt like it would be more like that seems like an interesting idea. Like, what can we just level max by killing only like really weak things? But then it ended up being like a supremely boring show. It stepped It stepped into that mid-range of just like, no, this is boring. Villainous is still great, Bawe. Good. I'm glad it's still right. Ronco from Akiba Maid War. Oh, we don't have any of the maids up here. The maids are like the top of my list. What are we doing? Is this the Raven? Is this the Raven's name? Ryu Jusetsu or Liu Shoujue? Dragon Girl took half of Dragon Ruse's brain. That's why she can't communicate well. Oh no. Oh man. You disliked Slime Show, but the last episode was what you were wanting. Oh, I'm glad it was. Another Bochi character. What? How do we not even have photos for Mirko? How? How? How is Beta higher than Delta? Uzaki's back. Yora Serufu. Fucking stupid ass name. Kobeni down here at the 23. Claire's not bad. She's had a rough last episode, though. I need to see the newest one to see how that's turned out. But yeah, it was not a fun time to be Claire in Eminence and Shadow, that's for sure. Kanade, I might like Kanade more if I watched it in the sub. I'll be 100% honest with that. Kanade may improve if I listen to a different voice actor. Delta, what are you doing down here, my girl? Tanya, is this the dragon? I feel like these are the people that like forgot. I don't know this name. Like who voted for these people? Kobeni has like 15 seconds of screen time. Yeah, showed up. Just showed up. Ronco's hot and around my age. That's a plus. As you see, I like the older waifus. When I was a child, I enjoyed waifus like Rei. But as I aged, I realized that Misato truly was best girl. Raven consort. Okay, that was it. Perfect. Kanade would improve. You look at the fan art and not the show. That is true. And not even fan art. I saw an official art where I was like, oh, I should wait, I've seen this show. It caught me off guard. One of those like waifu everyday posters. I'm not gonna be able to find this. It was like yesterday, but I was like, hey, that's pretty cool art. And it was like an actual like an insert or something from the official content or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. We should get into that. And then I realized that it was Beast Tamer, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch this. Oh, half the city is gone in Eminence and Shadow. Oh no, not the city. Go, Benny and the Jets. Rocking MJ's jersey number. Nice. Misato was truly best. A Phoebophile. Phoebophile. It's an interesting thing. At the end of the world, when you're trying to motivate somebody to do something, does that make bad actions okay now? Does that make them not bad? Because it's coming from a place of save the world? It's a discussion we can have. That just shows how great Evangelion really is. Indeed she was, yep. Flaming hot peanuts are hot. Oh, are they? Enjoy your flaming hot peanuts. The fan art has to make them look sexier. Exactly. Misato would lure children into a van. Doesn't even need the van. She shows up in that Lancia. I'm getting in. I don't know about you, but I'm getting in. I love that car. Is it a Lancia? Hold on. Misato's car. It's a Renault Alpine A310. I forgot. We've probably already looked at this. The Renault Alpine. We don't have Renaults in America usually. And then she got a Mazda Cosmo in the 2.0 series, but the old one was this funky French car. Why you look so funny, French car? Don't laugh at me. Hey, tell the people that you didn't like the Chainsaw Man artwork you saw.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know, like a like a 10-year-old could draw it.
Looked like a 10-year-old could draw it.
I only saw like 4 frames. I didn't see that much.
I don't care if you saw any of it. That was like chapter 90. Eat shit, everyone. I'm not the only one. Just look at Minakura's art for Sayuki. Oh, it's got you sweating, I see. We can talk about the show that makes the show great. What the fuck? No, wow, Blaine, that's some vouch reasoning. Stay away from them kids. I'm just saying, are you trying to save the world or not? Like what are you gonna do? Some punk ass kid doesn't want to go do the job that he needs to do in order to save the world. What are you gonna do at that point? Reno? No, Renault. 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 The French car. Or Renault if you're American. Ooh, burn Chainsaw Man. You haven't seen a Renault since 2000? I might have seen a couple like one-offs, but yeah, you don't see a lot, especially West Coast. Don't see them all. A woman's opinion immediately invalidated. When you had Chainsaw Man drawings on screen, I was like, I'm not watching the anime. It looks crappy, but I'm loving the anime. The anime looks great. Like, other than that first episode that had a lot of issues with me with like the way they tried to smooth stuff out with CG, like optically, a lot of the anime looks really great. I don't like the way that like the bat looks all like skin like. Just it looks weird, which maybe that's what they're going for. Not a huge fan of the leech either. You shit, Blaine's wife. How much did you pay her to say that? How much did I make this year? Your pronunciation is just slightly different. Got it. First episode weak, rest of it good, because Blaine just needs virtual waifu to agree with him. It's true. It's a woman's place is to agree with her man. You want to talk about the real red pill? There you go. No, I am not Gundaming tonight. I am actually having to kick off at 8 o'clock now because I have a prior engagement that has come back up again. So we are once again on hyphenated Wednesdays. So I will now be having to say goodbye. Don't let the chat die here. Jump into Discord. Keep arguing. Keep shouting about how I'm such an idiot. Make a Reddit about this guy's anime takes are garbage. Like, do it. Do it. It's okay. I condone it. You can go say that my opinions you disagree with. And the best part is if you do that, you'll be joined by people that like the Shikimori anime. So have fun with that one. Enjoy that new little corner of the internet. Doing stuff, interesting stuff. No, I just have a group of friends that can only get together on Wednesdays. And it is a friend group, one of the few that I would like to keep because I enjoy all of their interactions. This interaction that I have with chat is exactly how my interactions go with other friends. We're like, oh yeah, this thing is really cool. Oh, that wasn't so great. I like this. I hate this. Wait, what the fuck? And then you fight. You do that. So I really like this friend group. So I'm gonna keep it. They are not public individuals though, so I will not be streaming the times that I hang out with them. So I'll be jumping out of there. All right, let's say Pop wants to play You're Up. All right, you guys have fun in the Discord. My wife's opinion can be bought. Couldn't be me. He threatened to withhold her socks. Yes, that's the only thing. She gets too cold. She's like, I need socks. I'm like, you want socks? You agree with the Chainsaw Man takes, or you don't get the socks. Isn't One Punch Man the same way? Manga drawing bad, anime good. Yeah. I mean, I would say One Punch Man isn't even worse, like objectively worse, but it's also the whole thing is a napkin drawing. So it's like, yeah, the animators had to look at it and say, all right, what do we feel like this is supposed to be? So I always trust an animator to be able to do well given the proper time and direction. It's usually you subtract one of those two things, and now that's where you get really bad stuff. Fun time, everyone seeing the chat rooms. Exactly, Reddit. No thanks. You actually like women. Oh my goodness. Later, boys. Not you though, blame boy. All right. Well, you have fun eating that shit pie. It's all right. We can all enjoy our shit pies. Stay away from places weirder than me. Let's fire it up. All right. So you don't enjoy us. I enjoy you guys, but you guys are okay being online. I have other things to do. Well, fanside, I thought you were pretty normal until that Dio video. You are more important. We'll see. Maybe. Plane's so cheap he doesn't pay to have a heated home. Why would I pay to have a heated home? I live in the Northwest. It's like 60 degrees outside. The house isn't that cold. Put on a pair of pants. You'll figure it out. I'm still wearing shorts. That's a bare knee on the screen right now. Inflicting mental anguish and physical torture upon his maiden. You're gonna lose at Duel Links unless someone surrenders. All right. Blaine makes his wife walk barefoot in the kitchen. The manga are storyboards for the anime. That is true. I believe I said that exact phrase. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday or whatever the heck we want to call it. Kampai, everyone.